Hey, Gina. Thanks for being here. True No Lies, Overtime 1. Hey, Sharon, Graffiti Yoga. Good to see you guys. Gustav, Tape, Fabian, Tanny. Hey, Kim. How's it going, Low? Everybody, thanks for being in here. Good morning. I know I saw your NOLA, Sharon. That's awesome. I saw the bead picture. Beads everywhere. I'm sorry, I started going into Shabba Ranks for a minute. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Hey, what's going on? Style Storing. I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you here. Oh, yes. Awesome. What are you doing, bro? I'm sitting in my car, just about to walk into the office. Good morning. Good morrow. Good morning, everybody. Beads everywhere. Scoping at 9 p.m. Eastern now. Oh, you are? That's why. Okay, maybe that's why, because I'm not, I'm not looking at Scope around that late. That's my point. Oh, yeah. Thanks so much for inviting people. Thanks for sharing. Bobby Riot. Hockey Manager. How's it going, Hockey Manager, my man? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. What's up, everybody? Sorry, I got people parking next to me. I just want to make sure everything's right. Picking up the no business plan. Oh, cool. Yes. Hey, that's awesome. True No Lies. Always reach out to me if you got a question. Hey, how's it going, Stacy Lynn? Good to see you. Hey guys, I did an amazing. I'm in class. Yes, thank you so much, Sharon, for putting in there. I did an amazing blog talk radio. I got you, Overtime 1. I did an amazing. Hey, how's it going, Social? I did an amazing blog talk radio interview with Stacy Lynn, and I need to put the thing up there. Yes, I saw that, Stephanie. I saw that. It's awesome. You'll get it. You definitely get it soon. Did an amazing interview with Blog Talk Radio with Stacy Lynn. It was really good. It's actually pretty emotionally motivating. So it was awesome. What's up in Mississippi, Minister Dave? Thanks for being here. Yeah, thank you so much, Stacey Lynn. You were awesome. Thank you guys for being on this Scope today. I wasn't here yesterday. I had a very long day yesterday. Before I go into my message, basically what I was doing is I was doing a lot of immigration stuff. You see the CD right here? This so I can practice for my civics. Getting ready to take the citizenship test. And I had to go to do the biometric stuff. I was running to another. Yeah, I appreciate that, Stephanie. Yeah, I felt weird not, it's like not going to the gym for a day and you've been working out for 8 years straight. So it's kind of weird. Hey, Jets fan. And so I went to a phenomenal workshop as well, to learn more about speaking. It's a famous guy. His name is Michael Port. He teaches speaking workshops, and he was in town, and I'm part of this mastermind group, and the guy that runs the group knows Michael, and so Michael was in town for something else, and he decided to put together a free workshop. So in addition to that, let me just show you what I did. So in addition to that, I bought 5 copies of his book, his new book called Steal the Show by Michael Port. And how you feeling, Jets fan? And then I also had him autograph them. So there you go. I had him autograph them. And so I'm gonna give these away at some point to people who are looking to speak, nail that pitch, nail a job interview, stuff like that. Yes. So yes, Michael Port's phenomenal. It was a 2-hour thing. He was phenomenal guy. Nice to talk to him. Nice to meet him. I have his first book, Book Yourself Solid, which is great. So anyways, that was just, my whole day was full. And by the time I was able to do a scope, it was like late, and so I didn't want to do that. So I'm just a Raiders fan. Awesome. All right, everybody. Hey, Miss Watkins, thanks for being in here. I asked you guys to do 2 things for me and 2 things only. Did I watch the debate yesterday? I did not. I'll tell you quickly about the debate. So for me, technically, I think it's a waste of time. The polls sometimes don't matter. It doesn't matter what they say. The politicians, regardless of where you sit on the aisle, they can reflect your future. They don't affect what you do. They don't affect your ability to live the life that you want. I mean, there are people who do well in bad times and good times. Usually they tend to be the same person. So that plays very little role into what I find to be important in my life. And if I start listening to what other people are saying, I tend not to take responsibility for what I need to do. So that's kind of like my big thing. What's going on, Jasmine? How you feeling, Jasmine? So for me, that's kind of it. Like, I'm not against it, but that's kind of how I said, hey, Vicky Fitch, thanks so much. Thanks so much for being here. Oh, hold on. Let me see what people are saying. All right. I missed what you said, Christian. Sorry about that. Would you repeat the book? I missed it. Oh, the book, it's called Steal the Show. It's called Steal the Show by Michael Port. It's a great book. I got a bunch of copies I'll give away. But let's see what it is. My book is called Start Me Up. This is Steal the Show. I'll tell you in a second who I am. Do me a favor. You're new from Salt Lake City. I need you guys to do me a favor. Yeah, Michael Port, he's amazing. Met him yesterday. And got like 5 copies of the book signed, so I'm going to give those away at some point. Do me a favor. If you're new in my scope, maybe you've heard about me from other people, you were invited here, do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat box. I want to know who, who's in here, who's new and everything else. Hey, Destiny Exotic, good to see you. Put a 1 in the chat box. I want to make sure that I know who's new or not, and I know what to say. I'm gonna introduce myself, then I'm gonna go right into my message. I spent the last 5 minutes just probably like talking and saying hello to everybody. So now I want to get into it. I'm gonna start tailoring it down a bit. So I appreciate the interaction. Before I also do that, do me a huge favor, everybody. I asked everybody on my scopes to do me a huge favor, to do 2 things for me and 2 things only. The first thing is to invite your friends and followers. If you like the title of the scope and the message that I'm about to share with you, I want to get as many people in here as possible. The second thing I need you to do is give me a bunch of hearts. I'm trying to get my heart count up, and I think that'd be great. For me, I think what's really important is that there's an exchange of value. Okay, I give you some words and some advice or some things that I've experienced, and then you give me hearts and you get people in here and into the scope as well, so we can all learn together. That's kind of my goal. When I go to other people's scopes, I do the same thing. Yes, thank you so much. Reset the hearts. All right. For those who don't know me, and for those who do, my name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, the No Business Plan Business Plan. In addition to that, I'm the founder of Economics. We focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. Economics is spelled EKANOMICS.com. It's play on my name, but also a function about money, the importance of understanding money for yourself, making money and in your career, but also on entrepreneurial perspective. Now, today, as you guys know, I want to talk to you guys about feedback, like getting feedback. And realizing that it's your dream, not theirs. So you're going to go through some times in your life, right, where you're going to get people giving you advice on things that you should be doing. They're going to be giving you opinions on things you should be doing. They're not going to understand why you work so hard, why you grind so hard. They're not going to get it. And it's okay, right? There's a multitude of ways you can deal with it. One way is you can get angry. Another way is you can say, you know what? this is something I have to do. But it's not their fault because, again, it's your dream. It doesn't matter who it is in your life. A lot of you who've been in here before, who are in the scope before, I guarantee you've had situations where you had ideas of things you wanted to do. And when you share them with other people, they basically were saying, well, it's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. And it's giving you reasons why it may not work here. How's it going, Nicole? Welcome. And so how do you deal with that? What most people do is they absorb the information. And there's another thing that I learned from Michael Port yesterday. He said when he gives speeches, sometimes people will try to give him feedback. And he'll say, hey, it's a great speech. Can I give you some feedback? And he said, no, I don't want your feedback. No. Basically, that's basically it. No, I don't want your feedback. Thank you, but no thank you. And here's why. I want you to focus on your dreams so intently that the people who are giving you feedback, if it's advice, I'd rather it be from one, solicited, and two, from someone who's doing something that I'm already doing. I'm not interested in hearing from people who don't know what I'm doing, who don't understand the backdrop, don't understand what I'm trying to accomplish, who don't have experience in that space, and they're just telling you, I think it should be good, right? Steve Jobs was instrumental in doing something like this as well. The thing that Steve Jobs would always do is he would teach you. He'd say, look, a lot of the customer base don't really know what they want, and so my goal is to show them what they want. Hey, how's it going, Alessandra Coe. And so I want to remind you guys, hey, Nicole Hawk, that if you have an idea, you have a dream, you have a vision, you have something that you're trying to accomplish, I want you to understand so intently and deliberately that it's your dream. It's not their dream. Not everybody's going to agree with you. Not everybody's going to support you. Not everybody's going to understand. But you got to understand it doesn't really matter because it's your dream, not theirs. It was put into your heart. It was put into your brain. God put it into you. Whoever put it into you, someone put it into you, who have it, right? It is not theirs. And so as a result of that, you got to understand it. They're not going to understand why you may grind so much. They're not going to understand why you got to work so hard. They're not going to understand why you're going through a certain path. Hey, after Chloe. And so a lot of people, they'll tell you this is the way to go to here. And that may not be it, right? Your path may be elsewhere. Your path may be in a different area. You may have to go through more adversity and difficulty. But the one thing you can't do is sit there and ask yourself, why is this happening to me? The question you should ask yourself instead is, what do I need to do in order to speed up the process, expedite the situation, or change my situation? And so I want to encourage you. I want to challenge you that when you're in a situation where you're getting feedback from certain people, the first thing you say to yourself is, thank you, but no thanks. I don't want your feedback. Plain and simple. I do not want your feedback. Thank you for playing, and have a great day, right? And then the second thing I also want to say, I want to add to that too, is you got to realize that it's your dream and not theirs. So when it's your dream, right, people aren't going to understand it. They're not going to get it. It's fine. You may not be able to articulate it in the right frame yet. But again, you got to find, that's a good place. Clarity is this way. You got to surround yourself with people you want feedback from. Exactly. So that goes a little bit deeper into what I talk about your five closest friends, your inner circle. Exactly. Style storing. Your inner circle, your five closest friends, the people you consider your counsel, your round table. I have a whole host of people like that, in which I reach out to, and they do the same thing with me. And we kind of sort of mentor each other. I always tell you the importance of having mentors. Yes, exactly, Christian. Don't let opinions of others dictate your outcome. And Les Brown also says, don't let the opinions of others become your reality, right? And so, because they don't see a way, doesn't mean that there isn't a way. Because they don't see, I sent you an email. All right, I'll check it. Because they don't see a way, doesn't mean that there isn't a way. It just means that they don't see what you're seeing. Everybody's eyes are different. Everybody's dreams are different. Everybody's visions are different. And so the goal is very simple. You got to continue consistently on that path, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whatever life you're trying to live, whatever you're trying to accomplish. So I want to remind you again, the first things first, when somebody comes and wants to give you feedback, you got to, it's hard. Because initially you want to get defensive. You want to argue, you want to get defensive. But what you want to understand and remind yourself is, it's not their dream, it's mine. Thank you for the feedback, but no thank you. You can keep the feedback, right? Especially when it's coming from somebody who hasn't done what you're trying to do. Someone sitting in the audience. Again, they're watching you. They're not doing what you're trying to do. They're watching you. It's like me going to a football game and then telling the players how to play. It's ridiculous. I'm sitting in the stands. Now, if my background has all that, that's a different story. Then that's when it becomes advice/counsel. After that, it's just an opinion. Everybody has opinions. And if you're not where you are in life, if you're not where you want to be, if you don't have what you want to have, I want you to realize that it requires you to focus and then move out all the negative influences that are coming into your life. And partially, sometimes that starts with feedback. It could be someone you lay next to. It could be someone you know, someone you love, someone you respect, someone old person, right? It could be 40, I'm 40. It could be like a 70 or 80-year-old man who's sitting there, right? Exactly. Most feedback is projection of their fears, not yours. Exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm scared every day. I'm scared all the time, but I also realize that I have a vision. I got a dream. I got something I got to go after, and I got to continue consistently on that path. And you guys are phenomenal. So, I mean, you guys are phenomenal. I missed you guys. Thank you for being back here. Leaders see things for what they are and nothing more. Exactly. See things for what they are and nothing more. I am 40. Hey, Precious, how's it going? I am 40. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I love that. What's the difference between advice and constructive criticism? Oh, hey, Stephanie, that's a great question. And guys, if you guys have any questions, throw them in here too. Well, the difference between advice and constructive criticism is a few things. Advice, for me, I consider it to be one, a lot of times is solicited. So I'll solicit advice from other people. But I'll ask people that I want to know, I trust their counsel. Constructive criticism is very similar. A lot of people mistake opinions for constructive criticism. They mistake opinions for advice, and that's the challenge. So the first thing is, if someone's giving you constructive criticism, you got to be able to step back, step out of it, and listen. Okay, who are they? Where are they coming from? What's their frame of reference? Right? So here's an example. If I'm asking, and I'm using this because it's stable data. Say Donald Trump. Donald Trump is known for building buildings. He's a real estate developer. So if I want to build an office tower and I ask Donald Trump for advice and he tells me some things, I'm more likely to listen to it. Now, if I ask Donald Trump about franchising, I may not. If I ask Donald Trump about creating a new app or a new tech company, I may not. Because as good as he is in that form of business, his wheelhouse is not that. His wheelhouse is not all business. His wheelhouse is real estate. So there's a term that people use a lot. I can't remember the actual scientific term for it, but it's like the doctor syndrome. So a lot of times when you talk to a doctor or a lawyer, because they are a doctor or a lawyer, you think they're smart in all other areas. So people will go get stock tips from a doctor, or go get stock tips from a lawyer, or stock tips from some other guy who's an expert in a certain space, but not in the space that you're talking about. You see? So that's kind of the same thing. And because it's some famous guy like on Shark Tank, or some famous guy, like Donald Trump, who's great in business, doesn't necessarily mean that they know all about all businesses. And so a lot of guys, like people in general, they got a team. Now, not to take away anything from him, but I'm just talking about dealing with people so you can grab information and advice from. So you just got to be cognizant of that, and then put everything in a box. I mentally do that. If someone gives me advice, I put it in the box, and I look at it and I say, how does this relate to what I'm trying to do? Who are they? What are they saying? Where are they coming from? Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, I just put it in a box. I put it in the closet or throw it away. That's it. No need to get angry. No need to, be combative. Just say, okay, thank you so much. Sometimes say, no, I don't want your advice. Thanks. Yeah, exactly. Ask yourself, is this true? Is this true for me? I love it. So anybody have any other questions? Random questions, about this, dealing with advice, dealing with opinions, dealing with your dreams, dealing with your goals, dealing with how to go after it, how to take it, dealing with what do you do when you have, I have another question about email. Okay, yeah, send that to me. No, Vicky Fitch, you're good. I value your insight. I look at you as good counsel. So, what do you do when you feel stuck? You know what, Jamilian, everybody does. I do. Shoot, I felt stuck recently. I felt stuck this week. And the thing is, this is what I do in order to get out of it. Hey, Kikoba, this is what I do. You talk to a mentor, which is right. Vicky Fitch is a good thing. You talk to a mentor. Even before I get to that point, the first thing I do is I revisit my goals. I always revisit my goals. I take a look at my goals. What is my point? What is my point? What am I doing? Why am I here? That why will remind you why you started to begin with. You got to remind yourself why I started this journey to begin with. Going back to an ancient story, right? The Israelites in the desert, you're going for 40 years for a multitude of reasons. But if you're going so long, you don't know why you're going where you're going, you start to settle where you are, right? You start settling in a desert, creating cities in a desert when you know you're really supposed to be somewhere else. So the question is this. You got to ask yourself, using the Israelites as an example, why did you start to begin with? We started because we wanted to leave Egypt. We no longer want to be slaves. All right. So our journey should be to the promised land. Now, let's apply that to you in your life. Why did you start whatever you wanted to start with to begin with? It wasn't just to get by. It wasn't just to have a level of certainty. It wasn't just so you can be in a place of complacency. It's because you knew that there was something better and bigger than where you were. And so what I do is I look back at my dreams and my goals. I have a journal I write in every single at least once a week, and looking at my journal and saying, what were my goals for the week, for the month, for the year? What am I trying to accomplish? And so for me, I got to revisit. When I feel stuck, I'm like, oh, this and this. I look back, I'm like, what am I trying to accomplish? And then the second thing I do is I remind myself, we're all going to die anyways. So what the hell am I crying about? And this doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. And that's kind of what I do when I feel stuck. Now, everybody has other things they can do, ancillary things they can add to it. But for the most part, that's how I look at it. I go back and look back at why I started to begin with. Why did I start this journey to begin with, right? Death, no, hey, it's being real. You got to look at the world the way it is. Julian, Miss Monroe, you got to look at the world the way it is, not the way you kind of wish it would be. Look at the world the way it is. I'm not saying you got to dream about that. That's not what I'm saying. The point I'm trying to make is you have to have a sense of urgency in your life, right? And part of the reason why people continue this going is that they think they have time. And for me, I've had people die this month, or actually last month, and people I know have passed away. And it kind of reminds you, I'm like, damn. They got 32-year-old man died, died of lymphoma. I'm like, damn, or leukemia. And I'm like, damn. I'm sure he had dreams and goals to accomplish. He no longer has that opportunity on this earth. You see what I'm saying? And so, again, whatever you need to do to pull you out of the quicksand, because like being stuck is like quicksand. It's not cement. It's quicksand. It's pliable. All somebody has to do is throw you some ropes and they can pull you out, right? Exactly. We take life for granted. We take time for granted. We think we have time. But all of a sudden, something like this can happen and it's a wrap. For you, for your opportunity, and you got to also get this simple point. The opportunity that you have in front of you today has a lifetime of its own, okay? It has a lifetime of its own. It's not opportunity is not, doesn't last forever. So whether it's that opportunity to talk to that person about that business, or whether it's to get on television for a certain opportunity or a certain situation, or maybe a business combination, every opportunity in life has a lifetime of its own. So you have to take advantage of it in the lifetime of that opportunity. Plain and simple. You can't say, I'll wait next week, next month, next year, because that person who's providing you that opportunity may move on in their day, may move on with their mission, may move on with their journey and their vision or whatever they're trying to do, right? So you got to remember, you got to get that piece. You got to remember that piece. If you don't, hey, what's going on, Allison? What's going on, Beth Hoover? And so for me, it's kind of reminding me that if I see an opportunity, I got to take it. I can't wait. I got to take it, right? And so you got to go after it. Hey, Jennifer, Adversity and Challenge often presents hidden advantages. Exactly. Thank you so much, After Chloe. Thanks so much, Christian. Honey Gets Money. Good to see you in here. Beth Hoover. Take advantage of the windows of opportunity. Exactly. You cannot sit and wait because, again, someone else will take it. You're not the only person trying to do what you're trying to do. It may move on to somewhere else. That happens all the time. You cannot wait for opportunity. If you see something in front of you that makes sense, that aligns with who you are, you got to go and get it. Time does not come back. Time waits for, my mom used to tell me this all the time as a kid. Time waits for no man. I had no idea what she was talking about, but now I do. Time waits for no man. Now, yes, please use it. Awesome. I want to remind you guys one thing. I'm doing a scope today with Christian Kata. I think it's about 8 p.m. Christian, is it 8 p.m.? I can't remember. And then the second thing is I'm on a Perry train. Some people call it hustle. We call it hunger. Exactly. People need to eat. People need to eat in your life. So you got to hustle and get it. Miss Monroe, I hope I answered your question. Hey, Ms. Zim9, good to see you, man. So I'm doing a scope today with Christian Kata to launch my episode of the podcast. We have to confirm. Sorry, we have to move it. So we have to confirm. But I'm also doing a Perry train with Christian and Kevin Madison and a bunch of other people. Andra Bolin. That's going to be tonight as well. I think 7 o'clock, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. Oh, you're on the train too, Vicky? That's right. So Vicky Fish is also on the train too. The distance you go from your comfort zone determines your opportunity. I love that. That's quotable. What is your podcast channel? Hey, Christian, what's Christian? What's your podcast channel? Healthy Success. .co, I think. It's the Healthy Success. Yeah, healthysuccess.co/iTunes. Not iTunes, but iTunes, I think. Want to be one of the best. I have class. Oh, yeah. I know we got a beast. Now you have class. All right, honey, Gets Money. Go get it. All right, I love you guys. I gotta go. I got a meeting and stuff like that. And thank you so much, man. Future is bright. Jennifer inspires. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Hey, guys, do me a favor and follow. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for following. Truly appreciate paying. No, true, no lies. Look, I get it. You know what? We all have greatness. We all have abilities. We all have gifts we need to share. I always remind you guys that our purpose is the alignment of our gifts and goals. Wherever the intersection of your gifts and goals are, that's your purpose. And we all have a responsibility to share our gifts with the world. Because again, there are people who die with books and dreams and goals and visions inside of them, and they're not living the life that they want. And that they get up every morning, they feel like they're trapped, and there's no reason for us to be trapped. I feel that way sometimes too. I'm just be honest with you guys. Sometimes I feel that way as well. And we all have the ability to get through it. But we gotta in order to do that, we gotta take our first step. We gotta make a decision that that's what we want. When we make that decision, we then take steps towards that particular place. And when you look back, you will see, you will know that you've done everything you possibly could do to get to where you want to go. The worst thing in the world is to live a life of mediocrity and know that you had opportunity to do other things. The worst thing in the world is to look back and know that you had an opportunity and a chance to live a better life, but you didn't take the time or the chance because you were afraid or because you were scared or because you didn't believe it was for you. That is the worst thing and the worst feeling in the world. Now, I know I'm not going to be a doctor, right? I'm cool with that. But the one thing I'm not going to put up with, I'm not going to deal with, is I knew I had an opportunity to do something else, and I chose not to. I chose to be scared. There are people relying on me in my life, not just what I'm saying on these words or these scopes, but also the things that I'm trying to accomplish. So I want you guys to remember, please, look in the mirror and yell at yourself if you have to. You need to remind yourself that your gifts and your goals you have an opportunity to share them with the world, because there's somebody in life that you can touch, preferably whose life will be changed, whose life will be better because you came into the world. So I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for being here. I want to empower you. Today is the day, right? Today is the day. Whatever it is you need to do, write it down in your book, write it down on your vision board, write it in your mirror and lipstick, write it on your wall on Facebook, email yourself, whatever it is. Today is the day. We will not live the way we've been living anymore. If you're not happy where you are, you're not happy where you don't know where you want to be, and you don't have what you want to have, it requires you to make a decision today in order to live the life that you believe a purpose. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm getting emotional. I got to stop before I start crying. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.